I don't know, I'd call it being prepared. From here on out, it's playing a game of what did we forget. I enjoy camping as much as the next person, but usually I'm not the one that's the most knowledgeable about the camping bit. As a kid in Girl Scouts, there was always a scout leader, and the one time I remember going camping with my parents, my dad knew the most. For the past 10 years that Austin and I have been together, it's been him that knows the most about camping and hiking and really anything outdoors related. But it's that time of year again when I get to visit my sister in Portland, Oregon, in the great Pacific Northwest, where there are parks literally everywhere. During my research before the visit, someone recommended that I visit the Hoh Rainforest, which turned out was actually the Olympic National Park. We had decided only a few days before which days we would be camping, but this didn't leave a lot of time to make campsite reservations, let alone for a very busy national park. Planning with such short notice, things were bound to be left behind and forgotten. The first thing that we needed to obtain was a campsite from the park ranger in charge of reservations. Taylor and I took a lovely little hike as we waited for that park ranger to become available. Rest assured, I made sure that I was the first person in line to ask about reservations. And it was a good thing too, because we got the only campsite that became available that day. On the first hike, and then again on the second hike, that first day I realized that I hadn't downloaded any of the trail maps onto my phone. It wasn't that big of a deal because we weren't going to be doing any backcountry hiking, but it still made me feel a lot better having a trail map available. On the way back to the campgrounds through Forks, Washington, we paused to download some audiobooks and the trail map, so we were ready to go again. The hike on the second day was Hole in the Wall from Rialto Beach, which was absolutely beautiful with driftwood and wildlife and this really cool rock structure at the end. In order to get up close to this hole in the wall rock structure, you basically need to hug this rock wall. So you either need very good grippy shoes or very good grippy feet, like me. The third day we went to Crescent Lake, and other than forgetting to download the trail maps and pack appropriate shoes, I also forgot to set realistic expectations of what a trail at a national park would look like on a Saturday afternoon. I feel like I should have known that the trail was going to be packed, but honestly, I lost track of the days. It's kind of unfortunate, but I'm not without my phone a lot, so usually I know exactly what day it is and what time it is. So to lose track of time, even for a little bit, it's something that I'm really grateful for. I was also extremely grateful to come back to my sister who had found an isolated spot for a relaxing picnic. And not only that, but it was a spectacularly beautiful day with blue skies, which I hear is kind of unheard of in this region. When we got back to the campsite that evening to make s'mores, by that time we had already accepted that we had forgotten portable chairs, but it was the second to the last day and we were thriving without them. There was a picnic table at the campsite and we were putting it to very good use. Before we knew it, the 4 days were up and it was time to go back to Portland. I have a checklist of things to pack for when I travel somewhere, and even though I know that there's a limit to how prepared I can be for a camping trip, I want to make sure and hit that limit every time because I don't want to spend unnecessarily. That being said, there is comfort in knowing that even if there's not a Forks, Washington around the corner, there will most likely be a store near enough to get the essentials. So yeah, we forgot things, but we weren't wildly unprepared. It was challenging to adjust to situations, which actually made it more fun. And we flourished in that rainforest, making it all the more difficult to leave it.
You'd never make it on SNL.
No, nope.